Okay, so we were discussing in the last class jump statements. So this is programming in Java, and we are almost at the end of the module 2. So till now we considered the other statements, iterative statements, so to say, and now we are in the last statement of the what we call control block, and that corresponds to the uh, jump statements. So Java supports 3 jump statements. This we have considered: break, continue, and return. These statements transfer control to another part of our program, and also there is another way of this transferring control to a separate part of the program that is basically known as exception handling, right? So this exception handling is a topic which is for us a little later, which is generally exception or error handling as it is known as. Okay, so for the present, we will just think about the jump statements. So break is what we considered in the last class. So we'll go through that, and then we'll go for the others. So in Java, the break statement has 3 uses. One is we already seen that it can be used within the switch statement. Okay, it can be used to exit a loop, and it can be used as a civilized form of go-to. So as far as the first is concerned, we have already seen it. Now exiting a loop also we have seen, but we have already seen in the earlier topic itself. This also we have seen in the last class. So by using break, you can force immediate termination of a loop, bypassing the conditional expression, or rather the loop expression, and any remaining code in the body of the loop. So the body to come out of the body of the loop, we might use the break statement. Okay, for example, we can use if I equal to 10 break. So this terminates the loop when I is equal to 10. Okay, so then using break as a form of go to is what we have. So before going to that, we let us see the we already seen some example, and let us see whether what you call, this is the one which we have seen in the last class. That is, you have a for loop, and you have if I equal to 10, then we are calling it as break. That is terminate if I is 10. Okay, so rather than going till repeating the loop for I is equal to 0 to 99, okay, it terminates when it is equal to 10. That means it prints only from I is equal to 0 to 9. However, if we have multiple loops, okay, whenever we have multiple loops, then it rather nested loops. Okay, even for while you can use the same thing, but when we have the nested loops, for example, like this, then we will, if we use a break statement, will break out of the inner loop only. It will not break out of the outer loop. For that, you need to use one more break, might be, which is inside this for loop, but outside this for loop. Okay, so say if we use a break over here, then it might break. Okay, so this we have already seen. This what it does, it will print 0 to 9 3 times for I equal to 0, I equal to 1, and I equal to 2. Okay, so 3 times it is going to what you call uh, print the value of I is equal to for I equal to 0 to 9. Okay, I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, and I is equal to 2. Okay, so this is what we will get like this. Okay, for pass 0, 0 to 9, pass 1, 0 to 9, pass 2, 0 to 9. That is because we have used I less than 3 as the outer loop condition. Okay, for the outer loop condition, we have used I less than 3. Okay. For the outer loop condition, we have used I equal to 0 to I less than 3. So I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 3, I is equal to 2. For the three terms, we will print. For I less than 3, for 3 less than 3, it is not going to work out. That means it's not, the condition here is not satisfied, hence we come out. So for pass 0, this is pass I. So that means for pass 0, pass 1, pass 2, it is going to print the values from 0 to 9, because at when it comes to 10, it what you call breaks from this loop and again goes back to the next pass. Okay, so this we have already seen in the last class. Now, so this is what we will get the result, and that we have seen. Then next we'll go for the what you call using break as a form of goto. Okay, so Java does not have a goto statement because it provides a way to branch in a arbitrary or unstructured manner. So we don't have a straight goto statement because it provides a way to branch in an arbitrary and unstructured manner. The goto can be useful when you are exiting from a deeply nested set of loops. So to handle such situations, Java defines an expanded form of the break statement called the labeled break statement, by which you can break out of one or more blocks of the code. So a general form is you can just write break the label. So label is the name of a label that identifies a block of code. A label is any valid Java identifier followed by a colon. Okay, so some what you call identifier is what we will be using over here. So this label will be pointing to some part of the code. So when this form of break executes, control is transferred out of the named block of code. The labeled block of code must enclose the break statement, but it does not need to be immediately enclosing the block. Okay, it does not need to be immediately after the enclosing of the block. So for example, we can what you call I think we'll go for the next part over here. So you can see here we have written if t break second, right? If t break second. So we might have specified here, over here what is known as first, second, and then third. Okay, so we might have specified first, second, and third. So if t break second, that means if t is true, then we will go for the break out of the second block. Okay, we will break out of the second block. Okay, so let us what you call see the code thoroughly. So what we have written here is the class break public static void main string args boolean t equal to true, and then we are putting here the first block, and then brace, and then second, first colon, second colon. So that means this is the label for the what you call each of the block. For this block, inside block second, and might be third block we also have, which is much more inside. So we have within first the second block, within second the third block, and then within the third block we have the code which is known as system.out.println. This is before the break. Okay, if t break the second, break out of the second block. Okay, so naturally, because we have broken here, this is not going to execute. Okay, so again, because we have written here second, we will get here system.out.println. This code also will not be executed because this is within the second block. Okay, so however, this is within the first block, hence this is after the second block will be visible. So what it prints will be, first it will print this, and once it breaks, it will neither print this nor this, because it is after the if statement. This is after the if statement. This is within the second block, and break second just means that, it is going to break the second block and come out of it, and hence it won't print this. And hence now, it is going to go for the first, within the first block, which is this. Okay, so it prints only this and this. Let us try to see that code and, find out whether it really does so at all. Okay, so we have from here, so I'll copy this from here, go to the, Mod2 doodle R to the online GDB. So online GDB. So I've gone to online GDB. I'll select here Java. So then I'll just try to copy over here the statement, which is the set of statements which we have written. Okay. So whatever was there in the the equivalent of the go-to is what we have written over here, and we will not get this and this, but we will get the first one and the second one according to this. Okay, let us see whether we have done any mistake at all. So once we run, then we'll see. Yes, I think we might be having a extra brace, or might be one less brace. Okay, is it so? Okay, this you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so to say the opening braces, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 closing braces we have. So I'll just put one more closing brace. Okay. Yes. So because we have written here break second, okay, it breaks out of the second. So it goes into the first block. First block means it goes to this. Okay. So that means before the break is what it is printing, and this is after the second block is what it is going to print. Say in place of second, if we write, okay, if we write only the just break, then we'll be breaking out of the third one. We'll be breaking out of the third one. And however, if we write over here the first, then we will not even we will not be able to print this statement also. Let us see all that. Say in place of the second, we'll just write break over here. So it comes out of only the third block. It is going to print even what is there in the second block. That means this whole execute also will be printed. Okay. Oh, error occurred during initialization of VM, it says. So it doesn't work over here within the blocks. Okay, so it needs the block name. So that means you need to write here third. Yes. So because we are writing third over here, it breaks out of the third block. That means, third means it is only this part. It goes to this. It prints this also. First, it prints this. It doesn't print this because third is there here. And this is not within the third, it is within the second, hence it prints this, and it will print this also because it is within the first. Say in place of the third, if we write over here the recall first, then it's not going to even print this also. It will print only before the break. Okay, it will not print this because it goes to the first one over here, first block over here. So within the first block, you have only this. It will skip the third block. It will skip the second block. Okay, it will skip the third block and it will skip the second block and it will skip the first block also. Okay, so outside the first block, what is there? Only it, this also is not there. This is within the first block. By writing this, it will skip this also. So only before the break is what it will print now. Okay, so it's going to print only before the break. So by writing this over here, break first, that just means it is going to come out of the block which is mentioned over here. So if you write break third, it comes out of the third block. If you write break second, it comes out of the second block. If you write break first, it comes out of the first block. Okay, only what is there outside the block mentioned over here, it is going to execute after this statement. Okay, so however, before this break statement, whatever is there, it is going to execute that and then break out of the what you call first, which is written over here, right? So this is how the go-to equivalent of go-to statement is going to work because of the use, because we are using the break label here. The label here is might be first, second, third, whatever you write. Okay, so this label is user defined. We are trying to define this first, second, and third. This is defined by us, so it is user defined label. Okay, so let us go to the next topic. So then we have continue. Okay, using continue is used whenever we want to force an early iteration of a loop. Okay, to force an early iteration of a loop. So whenever we have an iteration, okay, so if we want to go to that iteration a little early, what you call, then we use continue. So in while and do while loop, a continue statement causes control to be transferred directly to the conditional expression that controls the loop. As with break statement, continue may specify a label to describe which enclosing loop to continue. Okay, which enclosing loop to continue. Break means break out of that label. Continue means continue with that label. Okay, so that's the difference over here, right? Let us see a code over here. Continue class continue label. We have put a label name like this. Okay. However, in our what you call online GDB or J Doodle or whatever it is, we are not using a separate class name. We are interested in executing the code. Okay, so outer colon for int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Then within the what we call outer, we have put a for statements, and again within the for statement we have put I if j greater than I. Again we have a block here, system.out.println continue outer. Continue outer means we will go to this, we'll break out of this inner blocks. Okay, and we'll go directly to this. That is what it means by telling outer over here. So system.out.print plus I. Okay, say for example, when we talk about I equal to 0, after printing this over here, okay, it is going to go to the outer loop over there. Okay, so Each time it goes to the outer over here, then it goes again in the same way. So might be it just gives you the what you call new line over here. Whether it prints this or not is what we need to see. Okay, so let us write the code corresponding to that in the JDoodle or the GDB and see. Okay, so we have here outer, same thing. Should we use the what you call brace till this point? Okay, that we'll see. So this is starting and this is closing, and okay, this brace I think might be we should not get right. Okay, we'll see. So let us see how many opening braces are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think is it 4 here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so we might be having one extra. Yes. So what is it we are what you call trying to uh, print over here is we will have pass 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have written here outer for int I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus system dot out dot print pass plus I, and then first it is going to print this pass 0 for int I equal to 0 less than 100 if j is equal to 10 break outer. So if j is equal to 10 we will break to outer. Because j is not 10, we will go to this statement. So that means it prints that value of j. Because we have written here, if j equal to 10, break outer. So that means if j is not equal to 10, it goes to this. So for j equal to 0, 1, 2, it goes to this statement. And once j is equal to 10, it breaks to the outer statements over here. And the outer statement will be over here. It will not take the I equal to 1, I equal to 2. Okay, but it breaks out of the outer loop. Okay, so breaks outer means it breaks out of the outer loop and directly, it will go for loop complete. Okay, it will go for the loop complete. So might be that, you can, if you want this loop complete to come on the next line, you can try to write here before the loop complete a /n within the quotes. Okay, and then a plus here, right? So now if you use this, then you know that loop complete will come on the next line. Okay, so this way we can try to change the code a little, might be tweak the code a little, right? So break outer means it comes out of the outer loop over here. I think, we are using a break here, not continue. So say if we use continue, what really happens? I think we are trying to use a continue, right? So if I try to write here a continue, House continue used. Okay, let me go back and see. Okay. So still it is, we have here programs with break only. Okay, I think we have for continue a different program. Okay, I think what did we write there? Continue outer. Okay, this code is a little different from the earlier one. So continue outer is there here. Okay, I think we might try to copy from here only because it doesn't seem to be there. Is it there in the book? Oh, yes, here it is. I have copied from the wrong place because that is a break statement. Okay, so we will go for the JDoodle. The OpenGDB rather than J. Okay, so one of the what you call IDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the closing braces. Okay, so now, so it prints this values. Let us see what it is doing. Okay, so continue outer. So continue, now we are writing continue outer. There is a difference between continue outer and break outer. Okay, so now if you write continue outer, that means it goes for the next iteration. It goes for the next iteration. Okay, so here we are writing, continue outer. So it goes for the next iteration. Okay, so that means what you call for I equal to 0 is what it is going to print from 0 to what you call 9. It might be, for j equal to 0 to 9, and that is giving us both the values of, I over here of 0 and then j equal to, 0. So I equal to 0, j is equal to 0 will give me 0 into 0 will be the 0 value. And then, we are writing over here j for what we call j equal to 1. J equal to 1 is what you call first, it will take j equal to 1. For j equal to 1 greater than, if 1 is greater than I, then it is going to what you call do this and continue outer. Okay, so continue outer means it is going to go to this. But why is it printing for j equal to 0? 0 first, I equal to 0. I think might be the first one should be 0 over here. Yes, the first one is 0 over here because for I equal to 0, j equal to 0. So both 0, 0, this condition is not satisfied. If this condition is not satisfied, then we come to this and it will print that. Okay. If this condition is not satisfied, we'll come to this and print that 0 into 0 will be 0. When again I is equal to 1, it goes to j equal to, what you call, for the next value, I equal to 0 and j equal to 1, this condition is satisfied. So then it breaks to the next value of I. Okay, it will not continue with j. It will break to the next value of I. That means I equal to 1. When I is equal to 1, then 0 is, greater than I, greater than 1 will be not satisfied. Hence, we print this value of, 1 into 0, that will be 0. Then the value of j will be incremented. So again, we will have, 1 greater than 1. 1 greater than 1 to be what you call not satisfied. So again, it prints that and it will print 1. And then when what you call the value of j becomes 2, 2 is greater than 1. Therefore, it, satisfies. If it satisfies, it prints the next line and then goes to the outer. That means it continues with the next iteration of this outer block. Okay, continues with the next iteration of the outer block. So that is the difference over here. Say if we try to, what you call, in place of continue, if we try to write the, break outer, if we write here break outer, so it is not going to, what you call, execute this at all. It is not going to execute this block at all. Only it might print the 0. So error has occurred because might be that, error occurred during initialization of W. We need to have a condition. So we should use with the condition only. We should not use this, without the condition. So that means I need to write over here. This I should remove from here. Okay, I think